Okay, 3-3, solving inequalities using multiplication or division. So I put them side by side. Multiplication property of inequality: if A is greater than B, less than B, less than equal to, greater than equal to, then A times C is greater than B times C. So whatever you do to one side, you do to the other. Division property of inequality: if A is greater than B, then A divided by C is greater than B divided by C. So now I have an example of something that happens when we divide. So I have 3 is less than or equal to 9. 3 is always less than 9. Okay, so when I divide by a negative 3 on both sides, 3 divided by negative 3 is negative 1. 9 divided by negative 3 is negative 3. So if I look at my negative 1 here on my number line, and my negative 3, is negative 1 less than or equal to negative 3? Negative 1 is actually bigger than. So because we ended up with a false statement, we have to change this inequality symbol so that negative 1 is greater than negative 3. So in multiplication and division, anytime we divide by a negative, we have to switch the inequality symbol. So besides this first part of the multiplication and division property, we have a second part to it. And that's when our C, the number we're dividing by, is less than 0, meaning it's a negative number. So when we divide by a negative number, if A is greater than B, then A times C is going to be less than B times C. We have to switch the inequality anytime we multiply or do that division. So if A is greater than B, then A divided by C is less than B divided by C. Again, up here, C was a positive number. Down here, C is a negative number. When we divide by that negative, we have to switch the inequality. So let's practice that a little bit. So if we have W divided by 6, we just multiply both sides by 6, and we get W is less than 6. And so on my, I guess I shouldn't have put them side by side. Don't want to show you that answer. So on my graph at 6, I'm going to put my circle, and I'm going to go less than that direction. I don't need a bunch of numbers. That is fine with me if that's all you put. Okay, so this problem, I have 4 times t is greater than negative 12. Divide by 4, divide by 4, cancel out. T is greater than negative 3. You notice I did not switch the inequality because I did not divide by a negative. If you have a negative number, that does not mean you switch the inequality. It's only when you multiply or divide by that. So the 4's cancel. T is greater than negative 3. So we're at negative 3. I'm just greater than, so I don't fill it in, and I'm going in that direction. All right, so now I have 2 more examples. I'm going to move this up a little bit for you. All right, so the first example. Negative 5 is greater than or equal to negative 5/9 y. Just because it's a fraction, don't get scared. We cancel fractions by multiplying by the reciprocal, so all we do is flip it upside down, 9 over 5. It has to have the negative sign because we want a positive y. So positive 45 over 45 just gives me 1y. And on this side, I multiply by negative 9 over 5. So my 5's cancel. I have negative times negative, positive 9. So just because you start with a fraction doesn't mean you end with a fraction. So again, we're at 9. We're equal to it. And 9 is less than or equal to all the y's, or if you switch it around, y's, sorry, I needed to switch it around anyway because I multiplied through by the negative. So 9 is greater than all my y's. So 9y is less than or equal to 9, if I get my y on the same side that we normally have it. If 9 is greater than all your y's, or y is less than 9, you are going this direction. Negative 7 times y is greater than or equal to 49. You're dividing both sides by negative 7. So when we do that, the 7's cancel, leave me with y. Immediately switch your symbol. That time I did. On the other one, I didn't. Did I finally get that right on the other one? I didn't. I had it switched the first time. Oh my goodness, you guys. That's what I get for coming in on a Sunday and doing this. All right, so let me go back to this left side. Multiplied, it was greater than. So when we multiply by the negative, it goes to less than. And then that would give me greater than. So this is not right. At my 9, I'm going greater than. And it's okay if you're laughing at me. I have big, broad shoulders. It won't offend me. All right, so this one I did right. The minute I divide by the negative, I switch my inequality. 49 divided by negative 7 is negative 7. So this time I'm equal to also, so I fill it in at negative 7, and I'm going less than. So those are your examples for 3-3. Have fun on the homework.